Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? My name is Jose Garcia, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about how to remember names. Okay? Have you guys ever, been in that spot when you meet somebody and like 5 minutes later or 10 minutes later you can't remember their names? I know I have, and it's not cool, honestly. I'm just like, oh, this is embarrassing, but I forgot your name. So it's kind of embarrassing, alright? So what I want to do today is I want to go ahead and share with you 3 different strategies that are working for me and that have worked for me in the past. To remember people's names, okay? Oh yeah, by the way, as you guys can see, it's garciastraining.com. That's my website. Go ahead and check it out after the presentation, and also go ahead and place a link down below this video, alright? So, going back to how to remember the names. First of all, I read this book. I was reading this book. The book is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And in one of the chapters, he talked about the importance of knowing and remembering somebody's name. See, because when you remember somebody's name, you make that person feel important. You value that person because, they could see that you actually paid attention and that you actually remember their name. So when I was reading that, I was like, you know what? I'm bad at that. So I need to, practice. I need to do some research. I need to figure this out. So then I started doing that. And I came up with 3 strategies, or I found out of 3 strategies that really, really work. And I'll give you guys some examples right now of, how they work for me with my neighbor and a few other people. Okay? Now, the first one is repetition. As soon as you meet somebody, as soon as you shake their hand, you're like, hey, my name is Jose, and then they tell you their name, be sure you repeat the name. Repeat it 3, 4, 5, 6 times to yourself. Okay? You repeat it, you repeat it, you repeat it, and then you just start listening to it and listening to that person. And as you do, you keep on repeating it a few times. Okay? So be sure you guys pay attention and you catch the name. Now, this is important, guys. Instead of, just repeating it and repeating it and repeating it, the second strategy that really, really worked for me is association. Okay, association. There has to be something about that person that's unique, that's different, that you can remember and you can associate that with the name. Okay? For example, maybe they have big ears, or maybe they have, cool looking hair, or whatever, association you could come up with them. Remember their name by that. Okay, so that's another really, really cool strategy is association. Be sure you guys associate, names with that person. Okay, now the last one and the third one is probably, for me, it's been, the best one for me. I really like it because it's fun, and it's a rhyme. You come up with the rhyme for that person. It doesn't necessarily have to be bad, and don't say it in front of them, of course, but maybe come up with like a cool little rhyme. If you meet somebody, for example, their name is Bob, what would I do? I'd be like, hey, that's Bob the Builder. So maybe you could just visualize them or see them, with the little construction worker hat or something like that, right? So you remember that. And who's that? Oh, that's Bob. Why? Because automatically you're going to picture the hat on that person. And what's going to happen? There's going to be that association. You're going to remember that's Bob. Bob the Builder. Okay? For example, let's say you meet a lady, a very attractive woman or something. And her name is Mary. And she has a lot of makeup. What's the first thing that pops in your head when I said that? It's Mary Kay, right? So you remember that lady by, comparing her or, having that association that her name is Mary Kay. See, and then you just remember that name. It's Mary Kay. Mary Kay, why? Because of the makeup, because of whatever reason, you remember her name being Mary by comparing it to Mary Kay, okay? And these strategies for me, guys, they really, really work. I really, really hope you guys, start applying them, start using them. I met my neighbor, I got a neighbor recently, a new neighbor, probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I met the guy, and his name is Ray. Now, as soon as I met him, that was around the time when I was reading that book that I mentioned to you guys earlier, and his name was Ray, so what did I do? I started repeating his name. I was like, Ray, 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 and he asked me, hey, how long you been living here? I was like, oh, about a year, and all this other stuff. But at the same time, I was still repeating, Ray, 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 Ray. Okay? And then the next thing that was really cool that I did was the fact that I associated him as being my neighbor. Okay? So what do I remember? I remember Ray, my neighbor. That's my little sentence. That could be my little rhyme as well. Ray, my neighbor. So that's how I remember him. Alright, guys? So those are the 3 little strategies, I really wanted to share with you guys. I hope you found them useful. Go ahead and start using them. Start applying them. You're gonna start to see that names are just gonna start to stick to you. All right, guys. So That's about it, guys. If you guys would like, go ahead and click on the link below and check out my website. Go to garciastraining.com. I have something really, really cool to share with you guys. If you guys have a second or two, just go ahead and click on that link and check it out. And that's about it for today, guys. I appreciate your time, and have a great day. All right, guys? Go ahead and click on that link. Thank you.